Hello everyone and welcome to Willow Talk once again. Adam Peacock and Brad Haddin. We spent enough time in the studio earlier in the week, so we're remote today for our second episode of the week. And there's a bit to talk about. All of it unfortunate news, an unfortunate tone from earlier this week, Brad Haddin.
Yeah, there's a bit of an unfortunate tone. It's sounding like our captain might be in a little bit of doubt before the first Ashes test. Let's hope it's only precautionary that he's missing these few white ball games, which in the big scheme of things, we just want to see Paddy play that first test in Perth against the Poms.
And Mitch Starc retiring from T20, so we're going to get to that. That's a happier look back because he's gone out on his terms in one format of the game. He's still good for two formats of the game, including the Ashes. So we're looking forward to all of that, and we'll chat about this on this episode of Willow Talk. And our second half of Willow Talk today will be our second part of Ask Heels. You got off scot-free with this one, Hads, when you were off last week. We just did an Ask Heels, so it's her tough questions that she had to answer from our audience.
Well, I hope they are. I hope they are, because I know her family members, when it's reversed, we cop an absolute hammering by some of the questions, but I think are loaded from Healy. But let's hope they deep dive into that brain of Healy.
Yeah, so we'll get to Healy, we'll get to Starc, and we'll get to the hotspot that's going to have us talking for the next 2 months. Make sure you check out our social media channels at Willow Talk Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We got some feedback. All feedback's great feedback, depending on how you look at it, Hads, on our last episode where we discussed, it was timely, Australia's next fast bowler and the depth chart, if you like. And we had some well wishes for Hads as well with his upcoming heart surgery, but mainly it was advice from south of the Murray, above Bass Strait. Put it that way, Hads, about their man Fergus O'Neill. The People's Republic of Victoria have spoken. Zyke said, Fergus O'Neill has been doing great things and can't forget Bartlett, so he mentioned Bartlett as well. Habba said any of them bowl 150 plus, well, a couple of them do. And Arnab said has to be Fergus O'Neill, not as quick as the big three, but has killed it in the last two Shields and did well in county on some absolute roads. And there was some more forthright advice about how the hell can you not talk about Fergus O'Neill. We did in the episode, just not on the social clip, but Had's placed Fergus O'Neill for our Victorian friends, can you?
Well, where I'll place him is everything he's done over the last 24 months, you've seen improvement. Every time he's come out to play, he's got better and better. And what I like, he's starting to win games for Victoria. They're relying on him a lot more now to bowl important overs, which shows the coach and the captain have got a great deal of confidence in him. And I like that he went overseas and dominated in county cricket. You can go over there and learn the ropes, bowl with different balls and in different conditions. But he's gone over there and he's dominated in the off season, which is good. And it hasn't been a normal summer over there. It's been shiny. The sun's been out. The wickets have been flat. So he's had to work for his reward. So he's definitely someone's name that'll be thrown into a huge pot now, with the selectors happen to make sure that they're monitoring everyone because with the news of the captain in some sort of doubt.
Yeah, I mean, this has given hope, all kinds of hope for everyone involved in that depth chart that, well, not so much hope, but yeah, you may be one step closer to wearing a baggy green in a series like this. It's an unbelievable opportunity for someone, but we're not putting a line through the skipper just yet. So the news, if you missed it earlier this week, Pat Cummins is going to miss the series, the white ball series with India, both T20s and also one days, and the T20 series against New Zealand to get right for the Ashes. It's a lower lumbar stress. So it's not a stress fracture. It's a stress where I was reading about it. Tiny little fragments start to show signs of stress in that lower lumbar area. That in turn, of course, turns into something more sinister, which has you out of the game, which Pat well knows from early in his career for 6 to 9 months. He knows the deal. He wouldn't be going for a scan if he didn't in the back of his mind think, oh, there could be something up here. I mean, how does it, what goes on behind the scenes now, Hads, you knowing the high performance area of Cricket Australia in particular, what happens in the intervening weeks to get Pat right?
Well, the one thing is it's not foreign to Pat. It's horrible news to hear for any fast bowler, especially the Australian captain, but he's been down this road before. He'll have a really clear understanding on what works and what hasn't worked in the past, and he'll be the best judge of how far he can push it. But from the flip side, from a cricket point of view, from a high performance staff, is that they'll be making sure that they monitor it really close now over the next couple of months, and then there'll be a gradual build up. We hope to that first Test match. It'll be interesting whether, since the West Indies, and you made a good point, he didn't bowl in the second innings in the last Test match, if you're correct, in the West Indies. So since then, he's obviously been, 6 weeks now. He would have been managed. They would have been monitoring every bit of movement, pain. He would have had different scans to see if it's progressed or decreased. So, yeah, they'll be all over it. He's such an important member of the team. One, he's captain, but he's still with the ball. That'll be the one thing that we'll miss more than anything. So there's still hope there. He hasn't been ruled out of the Ashes, which is great news. But yeah, there'll be a lot going on behind the scenes to make sure his management of this allows him to be in consideration for an Ashes Test.
Yeah, and just the full detail, a lower back stress fracture is an overuse injury that requires microscopic fractures in the bones of the lumbar spine, or occurs because of that. So this is the early onset of perhaps turning into that if you don't pick it up. But back to his history and knowing all the pain and all the cues, and I've talked to him about it. There was one time in one of his stress fractures that he had, like 2014, 15, he actually was fielding in a one-day series in England, and he bent down to pick up the ball, and he stood back up and he went, uh-oh, there goes my next 9 months. He knew straight away then, because he knew the cues. This time it sounds a bit different. So I'm just trying to find some hope he had. Like we knocked on wood the other day about it wouldn't be too serious. That can go out the window. That can piss off, knocking on wood.
That does not work. But one thing, let's hope in his favour, that he's got a really good understanding of his body. He's a mature cricketer now. His preparation over the last, since he's come back from those early setbacks has been spot on. And let's hope he felt it early. He got the medical staff onto it, and we get the opportunity to see him in an Ashes campaign. So, mate, our thoughts go out to him. Australian medical staff team, get working, please. Get working. Let's get this young man right for what's shaping to be one hell of an Ashes campaign.
Yeah. You can talk about your housing crisis. You can talk about interest rates. You can talk about the economic situation of Australia. But this is the most important issue in the next 2 months in this country, to get the best possible help for our captain.
Without a doubt.
For our captain. Yeah. By the way, Hads, in the meantime, I'll be reading this on a daily basis just to keep my mind in a good place, just to take away the worry. It's the Dalai Lama, The Art of Happiness. I don't know if you're into it, but I can pass it on once I'm done if you want, just to keep us in a good frame of mind. But just talk quickly, Hads, about the behind the scenes as well, about the other guys who are getting ready. That you always talk about the planning. The planning goes on 6 months in advance about, okay, this guy needs this, how many Shield games, you're playing this. Does anything change in that regard for those players that we talked about up the top of the depth chart, like a Scotty Boland, for instance?
Yeah, they're planning, as we've spoken about on a number of occasions, that this happens a long way out. So what the Australian selectors would have done, Andrew McDonald, they'll have a big pool of fast bowlers that they all want to be available come that first Test match. And if you have a look now, Adam Griffiths, he's been put on to work with all fast bowlers around Australia, not on tour. Daniel Vittori and Andrew McDonald look after the stuff on tour, but Adam Griffith has been put on to look after and make sure if we get in a situation like this that we're prepared for it. And George Bailey, he's as prepared as anyone. So they'll have a big group of bowlers that they'll now monitor. It's not just about Scotty Boland coming back in. It'll be another 5 to 10 bowlers that they'll make sure if at any time during the summer that they'll be able to manage them for Test cricket. And that won't be a simple solution either, because you've got Big Bash cricket played around there, so there'll be a lot of moving parts, but they would have planned for scenarios like this.
One dude's going to be fresh for the Ashes, and that is the gentleman named Mitch Starc, who has retired from T20 International cricket I repeat, T20 International cricket. So he's obviously still available for IPL. Why wouldn't you be? But he'll still play one-dayers, which, are you surprised a bit about this, Haz, that he's given away T20s and not one-dayers? Or maybe you, as a player, you look at the calendar and go, they're playing a stack of T20s now because of World Cups every 2 years.
No, I'm not surprised, actually. I think we've seen throughout Mitchell Starc's whole career his appetite to play Test cricket and one-day cricket. And if you look at what he's done here, it'll just allow him a little window to make sure he's up and going for the 2027 World Cup. It also allows him, and we know he's prioritised Test cricket as number one throughout his whole career. He gets the opportunity to play a Test series in India, and that's the only thing he hasn't done. The only thing he hasn't achieved in his Test career is won a Test series in India. So Starkey's earned the right. He's earned the right to pick what he wants to do, and he's chosen to forfeit 2020 cricket, which I think's a smart move. Now we can manage his loads going into him peaking at the 27 World Cup, and another massive event will be trying to win in India. And yeah, he deserves it. He's picked the timers now. He's earned that right. So congratulations. He goes down, in my opinion, as our best 2020 bowler we've seen. I know Adam Zampa's number one on the wicket-taking list, but to me, Mitchell Starc's the Ferrari in that form of the game.
Yeah, just on that India Test series, it's at the start of 2027. So, yeah, maybe he's got that on the radar. He debuted in the UAE against Pakistan in 2012 in T20 Internationals. A tied match, actually. He got a wicket, second over ball, finished with 1 for 17 and ended up with 79 wickets in 65 matches. But it's not so much about wickets and how many matches. It's what you do at the start of an innings. And obviously he's bowling at probably the hardest time to bowl as a bowler, isn't it, in T20s, with the power play and the hard ball, even though he's damn good at it, and then the death when he's trying to kind of restrict a side that's on a heater or wrap up a tail.
Yeah, Mitchell Starc with the ball in his hand when he's on his box office. We see how effective he is at the start of the innings, that the way he can swing that ball, he makes oppositions nervous. When he's got that ball in his hand, you're nervous when you're facing Mitchell Starc in the first over, but he's also had that unique skill set. He's to come around the wicket, and we've seen the greats like Wasim Akram and now Mitchell Starc be able to go around the wicket, execute that in-swinging Yorker with the reverse swing, which we know has been deadly for opposition's front toes or stumps. But yeah, we're not lost to T20. He'll still be a franchise player. He'll still play in the IPL, so he'll still get his 2020 fix, but he's once again prioritised the importance of a 2027 World Cup and an Indian Test series. That's what it looks like to me on the surface.
Well, what he has done with this T20 side is lowered the average height of it from 6'7" to 6'6.5". The
and 8.
The land of the Giants are touring October. The men of Giants, the footy team that doubles as the Australian T20 men's cricket team, are heading over to New Zealand for a few T20s in October without Mitch Starc, but it's still a damn good lineup. But Cam Green, just quickly, last one has before I let you go. Cam Green is not going on that, prioritising Shield and bowling in Sheffield Shield instead of playing that series. Thoughts?
Well, how important is that now with the news we've just got about the skipper? We need Cameron Green up and going. He allows us so much flexibility in our team. He's a fourth quick. He bowls some really aggressive overs. We've used him in the past to intimidate opposition, and I think this is a really smart move. We've got to make sure his preparation now is down to a T, and if that can be being available to bowl at full strength, first Test match in Perth, that's a great move. It's great to see. The reason he is back playing state cricket is to get his bowling loads up, and he's confident enough in his own body to start that process, which is a great sign.
Hads, we'll leave it there. Apart from researching heavily lumbar stress injuries, are you doing anything else on the weekend?
Don't Google it.
Don't Google it? Okay.
No, we've got the crossover in kids sport. You know the weekends where you've the winter sport and summer sports don't quite mix. We had the all grand finals last week, so this week we've got the everything's off. I actually don't know what to do. I might introduce myself to my wife again, take her for breakfast or something. We normally going off in different directions watching sport. So
Yeah.
but I'll be like everyone. I'll be reading that book you have
Yeah.
and making sure the Australian skipper gets every chance he can to be right for the Ashes.
Yep, The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama and Howard C. Cutler, whoever he is when he's at home. So, get across it. Read it, front to back, get involved. Thoughts with Pat. Love you, Mitch Starc. We're off to a quick break, drinks break on Willow Talk. Back in a sec with our second part of our special with Alyssa Healy, Ask Heels. Another edition of Ask Heels. What are you laughing at?
I don't know. Where are we going this time?
You've seen some questions here, haven't you? This I'll start on a nice note, a wholesome note. Okay, so we've got the cricket season literally around the corner, especially for junior players. M has asked, advice for young female cricketers. My daughter is 13 and plays at rep level. Does she be a little fish in grade or a big fish at her age in mixed?
Oh,
Good question.
that is a good question. Whatever she feels comfortable with, I would suggest. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being the little fish, getting amongst it in grade and testing yourself against some people that are potentially older, bigger, stronger, faster, whatever it might be. And it's a great opportunity to learn a bit more about yourself and your game. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with being the big fish in your age group as well and going out there and dominating. I think that's good for confidence. So a nice mixture of both, but wherever she's more comfortable, I feel. And if that is wanting to test yourself, then great.
Can I chime in? I know this is Ask Heels, but just
As a parent.
As a parent and noticing a lot of junior sport, and you see some parents want to push their kids to certain areas because they know they've got talent, which is great. But I would say at that age, the most important thing is finding an environment and especially a coach who is going to allow you to play to your strengths, but also identify where the holes are, because you're not your finished product at 13, and where the weaknesses are, and really help develop those, because the end game is what you're going to be when you're 18, 19, 20.
Oh, 100%.
Not right now.
No, and I have this discussion when I go and talk to young players, like young clubs, and all the parents are listening, and I actually target that to the parents and say, your child's not elite at 13. Like, they might be good now, but think about how many of the kids that I grew up playing with that were better than me in most areas don't play anymore. And why is that? It's more often than not, it has something to do with the parents and pressure and the expectation placed on them at such a young age. So that's where my advice is to do whatever she wants to do. Go and feel comfortable. You know, you don't have to sign a WBBL contract at 14 years of age. There's plenty of time in your life to be able to do stuff like that. So go and figure it out. Enjoy yourself and make some friends.
Hope we help, M. Cass asks, what can we do to further the growth of the women's game? Well, there's a stack of things you can do, but...
Oh, yeah. I think meaningful investment is where it's at. I think more often than not, we think the answer to everyone's problems is to throw cash at it, but yes, that could help, but let's put cash in the right areas and continue to grow the game that way. The biggest thing we did in the women's game to grow it in this country is invest in the WBBL. We've seen it. We've seen the growth in the game through that market grow significantly because people, young girls, young boys are seeing the game, seeing it at an elite level, seeing, the progression of it. So if we continue to put money into the right areas of the game, we'll keep it there. But I think it's keeping the kids in the game for longer. I mean, I saw the other day, Gatorade have come out with their new ad campaign for the summer, and it's about keeping teenagers in the game of sport. And I think that's huge that somebody's addressing that. And going, we lose so many teenagers from our fields in whatever sport it might be. So how do we keep them involved? I think that's where you continue to grow it.
Now, Walsh has got a question. The best coach you have ever had? Ooh, you're going to leave someone out here.
Ew.
You're going to annoy someone.
I've had lots of great coaches. I've been very lucky. I've been a part of some amazing teams throughout my time, which have been led by some great coaches. Obviously, my dad coached me growing up, so I've got to probably say him, but my batting coach probably for the last 10, 12 years is Ash Squire, works here in Sydney. He's been working on my batting for that period of time, and He's a friend more than anything else, and a batting coach second, and I think he's done some amazing things for my cricket as a whole. So that's been probably the answer.
Okay. What's your best backyard cricket rule?
I hated 6 and out. So that's not the best ever rule, but I hated it because I grew up playing backyard cricket with a group of boys and I hardly ever got a bat. And when I did get a bat, all I wanted to do was prove myself. And I used to hit a 6 and then go and sit down again.
So your best rule is actually clear the fence. You're still in.
Yeah, go get it.
That's your best rule.
You go get it.
Yeah.
Can't get out first ball is the best rule in the game.
Yeah.
Because that used to happen a lot.
I'm a massive fan of the electric wicky.
Yeah. Well, it made it easier, right?
Yeah.
You nick it, you're out. But then how many times you nick it and you're not out in real cricket? So
yeah, true.
Prepping you for that.
Keepers can't take a catch.
It's hard.
Yeah, apparently.
Arthritis, where it's at.
Who would be your ultimate backyard cricket get-together?
Oh.
Doesn't need to be a cricketer, 5 people max, so 3 on 3.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. In my spare time, I actually don't play backyard cricket, so I'm probably not inviting people around for a game of backyard cricket. I don't know. Who's yours? I'm going to put this back on you.
Okay.
Ask Adam.
Ask Adam.
Because you're more likely to have a game of backyard cricket.
Backyard cricket?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'd have Steve Smith because I reckon he'd be really entertaining in backyard cricket.
You wouldn't be able to get him out.
No, it's just you find a way.
Oh, okay.
LBW's
in play.
Peg the ball at him. Murally to see how good he actually is.
Yep.
I'm just going to go cricketers here. I
Yep.
can't think of other people. Marnus for the energy. It's just fun. And then you put Steve Smith and Marnus on opposite sides and then they can see if there's any. So I'm thinking personalities here as well. You'd have to have a Pom there. I'd say Harry Brook, and he'd be on my team.
His name just popped in my head when he said Pom. Oh, yeah, that'd be good fun.
Chuck in Virat. Virat would be good fun as well. How many's that? I think I've got the 5 now.
Yeah, you have got 5, and I wasn't even invited.
Yeah. No, I'll see enough of you and Hads. So
rude.
Yeah. You can come around and drink beer and just like watch everything going on. I've set up an interesting dynamic there.
Yeah, you have. Could get spicy, that one, but I don't know. There's not this is a bad way to look at it, but not a lot of heavy drinkers in that thing. And more often than not, backyard cricket's way more fun when you've had a few gins.
That's why you and Haddin are coming along. Because
yes.
you can sit up there.
We'll provide the vibes.
And sit on the esky and have a good time.
That's a spicy game of backyard cricket. I like it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bowling for you to do.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's fine.
You won't get a bat.
Yeah. Oh, no, it'd be me, Murally, and Harry Brook.
Yeah, you won't get a bat.
Oh, no, I said Marnus. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As long as you know you're not participating in your own game of cricket.
Like anything on the leg side, there's a lot of like bins and things that are there that if you hit them on the full, you're out.
Right,
so.
okay.
And let's face it, Harry Brook wouldn't be able to help himself that he'd try and hit one 3 suburbs away. And that is 6 and out if you hit it out of the suburb.
Yeah, but I just used to go get that and go sit down again. So it's fun.
Oh, we got way off track there.
Yep.
Oh, here's one for you that you directly have to answer. Earlier in the year, Heels admitted to never trying Emu Export, which is Perth beer.
Still haven't.
Will she commit to drinking one if they win the test v India at the Wacker?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
I'll commit here and there, here and now. I'll have an Emu Export at the Wacker in March. I think our test match is.
And will you have 2 if you score 100?
Yeah, I did note the question that Linford wanted to know what it's like to score a Test 100. So my answer around the FU Linford was I'll let you know in March. So I will scull 2. If I make 100 at the Wacker and get over my demons, I'll scull 2 Emu Exports. If we win, I'll scull 1.
Drink responsibly, but can they be out of a can and a shotgun? Like the key in the can?
No need.
Come on.
Just give it to me, I'll crack it and we can share one together.
Yeah. Kids, Emu Export is a non-alcoholic beer and it's very responsible of Heels to do that.
It's basically a Gatorade after the game, yeah.
Exactly. What's the biggest decision you made as captain? Selections, on-field, most importantly, off-field, like Mitch Marsh moving team meetings to suit golf?
Unfortunately for us, we don't have as big of a golfing group as what the men do, so we can't make decisions based on the golfers. I don't think I've really had to make a big decision yet. So that I'll let you know at the end of the summer. Maybe there might be a few, but in the World Cup.
The biggest decision you've had to make is actually one that wasn't yours, is whether or not you were going to play in that test against England.
Well, and also probably the biggest decision I've ever had to make, and I still regret it to this day, was playing the semi-final in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
So I decided to not push it and not play and hope we got through and maybe push the final, but I still regret it, so thanks for that.
Glad I brought it up.
Team first.
2 questions left.
Yep.
Thomas, pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Yes, always.
Definitive.
It's a fantastic addition to anything. I'll have it on my burger. I love pineapple.
You have it on a hamburger?
Oh, yeah.
Beetroot as well?
I don't think you can have both. I think it's one or the other.
Pickles?
No, take them off.
Really?
Pineapple and beetroot on a burger, a bit too much juice.
Yeah.
So you can only have one or the other, and I'm a pineapple gal.
Okay.
Yep. But if in the absence of pineapple, beetroot. Beetroot on a pizza, no.
Ever gone to Italy?
Yes.
Did you ask for pineapple on your pizza there?
No.
You would have got deported. Last question. King asks, who would be the best MMA fighter on the women's and men's teams?
Jesus.
This is a beauty.
I'm going to go with Volley, Georgia Vol,
Oh, yeah?
for us, because she's an absolute unit. Or Grace Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace would be a bit scary to take on. But I reckon Volley's got a bit more mongrel in her, so being
Not
from
Annabelle?
Toowoomba.
Or Sutherland? Or too nice?
Too nice. No, Volley's got something about her. I reckon if you flick the wrong switch, she'd get you. The men's team?
I saw this question, I thought about it, and I went, they're all
pretty nice.
chilled out guys.
Yeah. I thought maybe Heady.
Yeah.
He'd be a good wrestler.
Alex Carey would be good, given his footy background.
Yeah. A bit too nice again. Whereas I think if you got into Travis enough, he'd maybe throw one.
With all due respect to the people from the place I'm about to mention, they all have a switch, I reckon, deep down. He's from Adelaide.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like he'd be good in a wrestle on the ground.
Yeah.
So maybe Trav and Volley. What a mixture.
Nathan as well, potentially.
No.
No?
No.
Too nice? What about those 3
Wuss.
quicks?
I was thinking more of a wuss, but yeah.
Those 3
mate.
quicks don't want to get hurt?
No, they wouldn't do it. No way.
Big cuddly teddy bears that they are?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Volley and Heady. That'd be good. I'd pay to see that.
You got through it. Well done, Heels.
I got
You got
through
through
it.
another edition of Ask Heels.
Thank you. Thanks, Linford, too. I really appreciated that question.
There's your motivation for the summer. Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these videos up here. They're mostly good.